The World Health Organization has declared a global public health emergency following an outbreak of a new strain of the Mpox virus in Africa. The virus, formerly known as Monkeypox, can be passed on through close contact and causes flu-like symptoms and lesions on the body and can be deadly. It's now been detected in at least 13 African countries, but one country has been hit particularly hard, the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah, man, we got to talk about this, family. So, hey, shalom, family. It's your brother here, Dalayahu, and we back with another episode of Yahuah Rapha'y, and we're going to make it brief and quick. You know, these are things that this platform was created for. You know, people talking about global health emergencies. As Hebrews, as believers, what should we believe? What should we do? What's the plan? You know, and we need to have a plan. We need to have some understanding going on. So, in this very brief video, we're going to get to a couple points. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this Mpox, global health emergency. Mpox is short for monkeypox. So I'm going to tell you that off rip, whether you knew that or not. And it's crazy because they shorten the form. It's like, it's kind of like, I don't know, man, it's some twisted stuff going on because we know all these white people always refer to black people as monkeys. And now we got monkeypox coming out of Africa, but they don't want to call it monkeypox no more. That's in Africa. It's Mpox. So it's like the disrespect is just crazy. Even the names of the drugs are like kind of like backhanded, slight, it's like disrespect. Anyway, so we talked about this before. Man, healing is very important, and health and wellness is something that affects the entire global population, right? And like we talked about, but very few people on the planet are skilled at healing in a holistic form. You know, is this quote unquote vaccine they may be coming with the solution? I definitely got some opinions on that, some thoughts on that. Remember, I'm reporting live right now from the African continent. I'm in East Africa. Pretty much, I'm at the epicenter of what's happening, you know. So we're going to get the update. Let's get updated right quick in 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back with the real spill, let y'all know what's really going on. And by the way, I'm Dalayahu. I have been in this truth for like more than 10 years, following the word, the scriptures, understanding healing and stuff like that. But also, I visited multiple African countries, and I've been living here in East Africa for the past 3 years. So I know about all this stuff. I'm here on the ground. So let's see what the people talking about, watch it, understand it, and then we'll get back to the real spill. You feel me? Let's see what they're saying, though. We got to watch what they're saying. Listen up, fam. Hold up.
Mpox is surging across Africa.
That's what they say.
And this is ground zero. Thousands of cases have been reported in the Democratic Republic of Congo as a new outbreak grips the country. It's already claimed at least 450 lives, most of them children, and it's showing no sign of slowing down.
The detection and rapid spread of a new clade of Mpox in eastern DRC, its detection in neighboring countries that had not previously reported Mpox, and the potential for further spread within Africa and beyond is very worrying. In addition to other outbreaks of other clades of Mpox in other parts of Africa, it's clear that a coordinated international response is essential to stop these outbreaks and save lives.
Formerly known as monkeypox, Mpox spreads through close contact, including sex, causing flu-like symptoms and painful pus-filled lesions. But this new strain is proving more infectious and even more deadly. And experts fear the growing outbreak in Africa could just be the tip of the iceberg.
We believe that it's already a risk for international spread, and of course, there is also the chance that it could spread beyond Africa to other regions of the world.
The World Health Organization last declared Mpox an international health emergency in 2022, with cases in more than 70 countries. That was largely shut down with the help of vaccines and treatments in rich countries. But very few of those are available in Africa, and global health officials hope this new emergency declaration will kickstart an international effort to contain the disease.
Julian Tang is a virologist at the University of Leicester in the UK. I asked him to tell us more about the surge in Mpox cases and how this outbreak differs from the one 2 years ago.
The difference is really due to the different clades or strains, if you like, of this Mpox virus. The strain from 2 years ago was a global strain, and the clade 2, which is the so-called West African strain, and it proved to be much milder and more limited in terms of clinical severity than the original clade 1 virus. The one that's now spreading across Africa is a branch of the clade 1 virus, now termed clade 1b. And this is part of the original strain from the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. And this has a higher mortality, is more severe clinically, and may be increasing transmissibility compared to the original endemic clade 1a strain from DRC.
Talk to us more about this transmissibility, because this Mpox variant has now, this new strain has spread to 13 countries, the outbreak. Hundreds of people have died, mainly children. Why has this new variant been able to spread so quickly?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think we're still looking into this, but the original strain from DRC, the clade 1a, if you like, was limited in terms of that it would only spread beyond maybe 3 or 4 generations, and then it would die out. And it's often transmitted from animal reservoirs in the original endemic area. Now it looks like the virus has adapted better to human transmission. Again, something we saw with COVID-19 after several years. But this virus has been around in Africa for many more years. We've known about it for over 50 or 60 years. So I suspect that more cases, more human cases, are allowing the virus to evolve and transmit more efficiently between humans. Again, like we saw with COVID-19 and the SARS-CoV-2 virus.
How much of a difference do you think it'll make that the WHO has now declared the Mpox outbreak to be a global public health emergency?
Oh, it should make a great difference. Normally these fakes, as we call them, PHEICs, tend to be announced when you want to release more funding and more resources to those particular epidemics or pandemic situations. And this should hopefully allow this release of funding and resources in those African countries. But of course, they are already quite strained, resource limited in many other ways.
Should people outside of the affected regions be worried about their own health? Could this virus end up spreading much further? And if so, what precautions should people be taking?
Yes, of course. As we saw 2 years ago, the clade 2 strain spread globally along the so-called MSM network, the men who are sex with men sexual network. But this is much more indiscriminate. It seems to be spreading across the heterosexual population and other general populations. It may be less transmissible than the clade 2b strain turned out to be, but again, we need more data on this. And the way it transmits is through intimate close contacts of saliva, kissing, touching with contaminated secretions. And also there's some evidence of close range aerosol transmission after a prolonged period of contact, like in a household, for example, or in an intimate relationship.
Right. Okay. Well, afraid we're going to have to leave it there. Julian, thank you.
Yeah, we definitely need to leave it there, family, because, there's a lot of propaganda being spewed. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that this situation not real, not to say that nobody been affected, but when is the last time, honestly, the global world, the global community has cared about anything that happened in Africa? We talking about genocide's been happening, wars, all this stuff. And then it's very interesting, these people saying it's originated in DRC. And if you know anything about Africa, DRC is one of the most contentious and globally controlled states and territories in Africa. It's the heart of Africa, but they got the most foreigners in there vying for control. It's pretty much no government there because of the vast amount of resources in that place. You got every nation, all the ones that formerly colonized Africa, from the French, the English, Britons, whatever, the East, with far as Russia, whatever, everybody got their hands over there in the DRC with their own militia, whatever, trying to secure their minerals, the gold and stuff over there. So the people already not benefiting from all the vast riches over there. You got foreign powers over there, and now all of a sudden they saying this is what is, pandemic outbreak is starting from, right? And again, we gotta use discernment, family, because again, it's Yahuah Rapha. We know Yahuah heal us. Everything we need to heal, He has given us in the earth. And we're gonna talk about some solutions before I end this video. But getting back to the source of this news story, right? We got to be discerning when we hear words like health. And again, this is a health platform, so that's why it's relevant. When you hear talking about health, outbreak, pandemic, virus, all these different type of terms, they synonymous and they come with other terms like vaccine, funding, etc., etc. Like this thing is a problem that they already have a solution for, type of thing. Like they presenting it like it's a problem, but they waiting to give you a solution. And my point is, the reason why I'm saying it's an attack or it's like something that's like suspicious, very suspicious, is because you gotta remember, these people, Congo been in upheaval, it been in disarray for years. Now all of a sudden 500 people die and they like, oh, it's a global health concern. And then they say global, it's one country. It's not even all of Africa. I'm currently in East Africa, Tanzania. I haven't seen nobody with monkeypox. Nobody. Nothing changed day to day. If you was not watching the news, you was not watching YouTube, you would know nothing is happening. So this is what they're telling us. And then again, me being in Tanzania, what is that? How is that relevant, family? You got to understand. In 2020, when this last outbreak happened, the last pandemic, we got to remember, they closed they ordered all countries to close their borders, and et cetera, stuff like that. But we got to remember, only one country, one of the few countries in the world was open, was Tanzania. Remember, and former president John Magufuli, who stood against these people, kept his country open. It was no COVID, no mask, no nothing. Nobody died, and it was no problem, right? And they subsequently, I ain't gonna say they eliminated him, but he died after that very shortly. He passed away. So very suspiciously, I might add. But the point is, so that it was a couple of African countries. Matter of fact, about 5 presidents in 2020, they all passed. Anybody who resisted, they ended up getting removed from power, right? And they passed away. So we see in the last pandemic, they was a test. They tested that they can control the world, family. That's a big deal. It's a lot of countries, a lot of governments, a lot of supposed to be sovereign nations, right? They got control of, and they exercise control of. But these couple countries in Africa, they was not able to exercise control so easily. So now this new outbreak, Africa is ground zero. Now we're talking about, again, these words associated with the health crisis. You got emergency health crisis, World Health Organization, pandemic, virus, that's all associated with funding, vaccines, again, quarantine, control, governmental control, economic control. This thing, they code words, it's synonymous. So you got to have your ears open to be paying attention to what's happening. I'm telling you, here in Africa, it's no problem. Like they saying it's spread because people traveling in the region. What sick, poor person gonna spend whatever little money they got? They can't leave the country. Ain't no other country gonna accept them. They can't buy visas. People don't have no money for that stuff. So why, if I'm sick, I'm barely making it in my own town where I'm at, and I'm sick right here, why would I pay to get transport to go somewhere else to the next country where I don't know nobody, and I'm really finna be sick and stranded and die away from my family? Nobody does that. It don't make no sense. Like, why would a sick person get contagious disease and go travel somewhere to spread it? Like, for no reason, like no financial gain. I'm just finna travel because I'm about to die. Like, what? Like, it makes no sense, 0 sense how they saying it's spreading. And it's just like, couldn't be further from the truth, in my opinion, my very humble opinion. Anyway, I don't want to hold y'all up too long. So what's the solution? Like I said, we here in Africa, we here on the continent of Africa. Yahuah Rapha, we got the minds, the heal. Yahuah has given us everything we need. We are the Rapha'y, we the healers, right? Other nations. So like I said, we got CMOS available. It's potent, very potent as far as nutritionally dense, to get your body all the minerals, vitamins it need to fight this stuff. Again, that's one of the reasons you want to take CMOS daily. Again, it revitalizes your immune system. It boosts your health all together because it puts you in a state closer state to homeostasis, right? So that's something we have available. That's here. That's one of the products we're going to offer here at Yahuah Rapha. Still setting up the store and the website and all that. But if you email me, we could get that to you. Sea moss straight out the continent. We getting it right out the water fresh daily. Not only that, the real thing that's going to really address this problem is castor oil. Castor oil is the healing oil. It's the oil that they call the palm of Christ, the palm of Mashiach. It's what he healed people with. Not necessarily what he healed people with, but that's what they gave the name of the plant because it cures everything, right? And that's something that grow wild here, grow abundant here, and all in Africa. And not only East Africa here in Tanzania, but even in Nigeria, West Africa, that's one of their most biggest cash crops is the castor bean, and they press it and get the oil. The leaves could be used for certain things, but we got that castor oil here in abundance. And you see that in this particularly relevant because you see this Mpox, basically it's a topical infection. It's on you, it show up on your skin. And that's the reason why you want to be using the castor oil. You know, we got pure castor oil, or we have the castor oil blend with the coconut oil, which is making it a little bit more lighter, a little more spreadable because castor oil is very thick. It has a high viscosity, but it is so potent. And the one we have is a pure castor oil, and it's available. It can be taken internally or externally. Again, used topically. So pure natural ingredients like that can heal this very easily. So, but obviously the medical establishment wants to push a vaccine. This is the whole ramp up. They're getting wrapped up. They're finna wrap up lockdowns and vaccine pushes. And we can already estimate that all of the presidents and governments in Africa will get on board because again, Magufuli didn't get on board and he with the ancestors right now. So with that being said, family, again, we're working hard to again bring you guys news, daily bread, news updates, videos, working on the website, working on the store, working on the blog. But the shortcut, all that, send me an email if you want the castor oil from Africa, East Africa, castor oil. You want the sea moss, we can get that to you. But stay safe out there, family. And again, remember, Yahuah is our healer, period. Until the next video, shalom. Yahuah willing. Again, see you guys in the next one. Shalom, shalom, family.